The atmosphere inside the arena was already electric when SmackDown hit full throttle, but nothing could have prepared the WWE Universe for the storm that was about to erupt. Becky Lynch, still battered and bloodied from her previous encounters, carried herself with the unshakable presence of a warrior backstage, her fiery eyes burning with an intensity that made everyone in the locker room fall silent. But the night held more than just her fury. The fans had no clue that someone from the past was about to step forward and ignite a conflict that would shake the entire foundation of the show. Enter CM Punk, a man who had always thrived at the center of chaos, a man Becky had crossed paths with before, a lightning rod for tension. Yet, surprisingly, the spotlight wasn't on Punk this time. It shifted to Nick Aldis, the legendary figure with a reputation built on ego, pride, and a temper that matched any superstar in history. His issue? None other than Becky Lynch herself. Becky, oblivious to the storm brewing, strode toward the ring with a microphone in hand, prepared to boast about her dominance, her victories, and her bitter rivalry with Punk. The audience roared, some chanting in support of her ruthless edge, others jeering her arrogance. But the second Aldis's music hit, the energy shifted like an earthquake. The arena froze, fans screamed in disbelief, and the presence of the NWA legend sent a shockwave across every corner of the building. Marching down the ramp with his piercing gaze locked onto Becky, Aldis radiated an intensity that cut through the noise. Everyone knew this wasn't casual. Everyone knew this was about something deeper, something personal, and it all tied back to CM Punk. Becky paused, her body stiffening, her microphone raised, ready for confrontation. The chants grew louder. Fight, fight, fight. But this was no ordinary fight. This was an emotional collision, a clash of egos, and an explosion of unresolved grudges. Aldis wasted no time, seizing the mic with his voice sharp and commanding. He accused Becky of arrogance, of mocking legends, of humiliating Punk in front of the world, and he declared that her actions would now carry consequences. The crowd gasped and roared, torn between outrage and excitement. Becky, never one to bow down, snapped back with defiance. She laughed off his warning, told him he was in over his head, and made it clear that Punk was hers to handle, not his. The tension grew unbearable. Aldis stepped closer, his fiery stare meeting Becky's unrelenting glare. The announcers shouted over the chaos, emphasizing the historical significance of this face-off. Then, without warning, Becky struck first, a blistering shot at Aldis's chest. The arena detonated with noise as Aldis countered with a crushing elbow. What followed was pandemonium, a back-and-forth brawl where Becky's forearms clashed with Aldis's raw power. Just when the WWE Universe thought it couldn't get any wilder, CM Punk charged down the ramp, sliding into the ring to separate the chaos. The crowd erupted into a frenzy as the three shared the spotlight, their hatred colliding in a storm of fists, insults, and defiance. Becky screamed at Punk to move, Aldis smirked at the unpredictable shift, and Punk stood his ground, caught in the eye of a hurricane. What followed was pure bedlam. Becky swinging at both men, Aldis unleashing punishing counters, Punk forced to defend himself. The ring transformed into a war zone. The crowd screamed so loud it nearly drowned the commentators' voices. Security swarmed the ring, but the energy was too powerful, the tension too raw. Social media lit up instantly, trending worldwide with hashtags like #BeckyVsAldis and #CMPunkChaos. Backstage, Triple H and officials were shown in disarray, realizing the segment had spun far beyond control. By the time the brawl paused, all three competitors stood battered yet unbroken, staring each other down with rage, pride, and unfinished business written on their faces. And that's when the announcement hit. Next week, SmackDown would host a special showdown, Becky Lynch versus Nick Aldis, with CM Punk serving as the ringside enforcer. The crowd erupted, knowing history was in the making. The cameras captured the final image of Becky, Aldis, and Punk locked in a tense standoff, their rivalry exploding before the world's eyes. The energy was so suffocating that fans left the arena buzzing, desperate for what came next. SmackDown wasn't just delivering entertainment, it was delivering history, chaos, and a feud that promised to redefine the WWE landscape for months to come. This is not just wrestling. This is storytelling at its most explosive, and the WWE Universe is hooked. So if you love chaos, drama, and history being made before your eyes, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell because next week's SmackDown is going to be the episode everyone talks about for years. Becky Lynch versus Nick Aldis, CM Punk caught in the crossfire. The war has begun, and the fallout will be unforgettable.